Morning, everybody. It is a brand new week, and it's story time with Sophie. And I am Sophie, and I hope that you are ready for some really fun stories because today is Yummy in the Tummy Monday. That's right. I've got stories for you today that are about sweet treats and fun things to eat and some songs that'll make your tummy go grumble, 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 grumble. So let's get the day started, shall we? Let's read from Shel Silverstein, Where the Sidewalk Ends. And this is one of my favorite books of all time, and it's filled with all kinds of great stories and poetry. I have a little friend, Madeline, who watches the show, and she said, Sophie, you have a lot of favorite books, and she is right. Madeline, you are absolutely correct. I love books. I love children's books. I love adult books. I love all books, and I'm so excited that I get to share them with you. So let's get started, shall we? This is called What's in the Sack? What's in the sack? What's in the sack? Is it some mushrooms or is it the moon? Is it love letters or downy goose feathers or maybe the world's most enormous balloon? What's in the sack? That's all they ask me. Could it be popcorn or marbles or books? Is it 2 years' worth of your dirty laundry or the biggest old meatball that's ever been cooked? Doesn't anyone ask me, hey, when is your birthday? Can you play Monopoly? Do you like beans? What is the capital of Yugoslavia? Or who embroidered that rose on your jeans? No. What's in the sack? That's all they care about. Is it a rock or a rolled up giraffe? Is it pickles or nickels or busted bicycles? And if we guess it, will you give us half? Do they ask where I've been or how long I've been staying? Where I'll be going or when I'll be back? Or how do you do? Or what's new? Or hey, why are you blue? No, all they keep asking is, what's in the sack? What's in the sack? I'm blowing my stack. And the next one who asks me, what's in the sack? What? Oh no, not you too. What's in the sack? Look at that. That's crazy, right? Can you imagine? If I had a sack that big, I'm sure that you would be asking me what was in the sack too. So what do you say we get started with our hello song? Hello, how are you all? Hello, how are you all? Hello, how are you? I'm just fine today. I'm glad to see you here today. I'm glad to see you here today. I'm glad to see you here today. I'm so glad to see you. Okay, it's the beginning of the week, so let's stretch really tall. Stretch, stretch, stretch as tall as you can, and stretch, stretch, stretch as tall as you can, and stretch, stretch, stretch as tall as you can. I'm so glad to see you. Okay, what do you say we spread our arms out really, really wide, like we're going to give everybody a hug, a big hug. Spread your arms out really wide. Spread your arms out really wide. Spread your arms out really wide. I'm so glad to see you. And let's rock back and forth. You can keep those arms spread out if you want to. And let's just rock back and forth. And you can do it standing or sitting or whatever you want to do. Stand where you are and rock side to side, or sit where you are and rock side to side. Stand where you are and rock side to side. I'm so glad to see you. Okay, so we've gone side to side. What do you say we spin around in circles, just like Julie Andrews in the Sound of Music? Here we go. Spin around in a circle with your arms wide open. Let's embrace the world. Spin, spin, spin all around the room, and spin, spin, spin all around the room. Spin, spin, spin all around the room. I'm so glad to see you. Okay, let's make some funny faces, because I feel like I need some funny faces this morning. Work a honey, 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 as you can. I'm so glad to see you. That was awesome. Okay, let's wave hello. Here we go. Hello, how are you all? Hello, how are you? Oh, hello. How are you? I'm just fine today. Good morning. I am so thankful that you invited me in today. I'm so excited to share my next story with you. I'm really super excited because there's a whole series by this fabulous author. Wait, let me turn this back on so I can get this on. Whoop, come on up. Where are you? Oh, have to put in my code. There we go. And it is the Frog and Toad series, which I absolutely love. And this is Cookies by Erica Labelle. And I'm going to show you the first picture right there, just so you have an image in your head. What I love about Erica Labelle is he has written the stories, all of the stories about Frog and Toad, and he has lots and lots of them. In fact, I might even make this Frog and Toad week, because I just bought all the books on Amazon, because I love his stuff. Yes, Madeline, I do love his stuff. And so this is called Cookies. And I kind of think about this as the story of my life. Toad baked some cookies. "Ooh, these cookies smell very good," said Toad, and he ate one. "And they taste even better," he said. Toad ran to Frog's house. "Frog, Frog," cried Toad, "taste these cookies that I have made." Frog ate one of the cookies. "These are the best cookies I've ever eaten," said Frog. Frog and Toad ate many cookies, one after another. "You know, Toad," said Frog with his mouth full, "I think we should stop eating cookies. We will soon be sick." "You're right," said Toad. "Let us eat one last cookie, and then we will stop." Frog and Toad ate one last cookie. There were many cookies left in the bowl. "Frog," said Toad, "let us eat just one very last cookie, and then we will stop." Frog and Toad ate one very last cookie. "Oh, we must stop eating," cried Toad as he ate another one. "Yes," said Frog, reaching for another cookie. "We need willpower." "What's willpower?" asked Toad. "Willpower is trying hard not to do something that you really want to do," said Frog. "You mean like trying not to eat all of these cookies?" asked Toad. "Right," said Frog. Frog put the cookies in a box. "There," he said. "Now we will not eat any more cookies." "But we can open the box," said Toad. "Oh, that's true," said Frog. Frog tied some string around the box. "There," he said. "Now we will not eat any more cookies." "Oh, but we can cut the string and open the box." "That's true," said Frog. Let me get my picture in there. There we go, without any shine. Frog got a ladder, and he put the box on a high shelf. "There," said Frog. "Now we will not eat any more cookies." "But we can climb the ladder and take the box down from the shelf and cut the string and open the box," said Toad. "Oh, that is true," said Frog. Frog climbed the ladder and took the box down from the shelf, and he cut the string and opened the box. Frog took the box outside, and he shouted in a very loud voice, "Hey, birds! Here are cookies!" Birds came from everywhere. They picked up all the cookies in their beaks, and they flew away. "Oh, now we will have no more cookies to eat," said Toad sadly. "Not even one." "Yes," said Frog, "but we have lots and lots of willpower." "You may keep it all, Frog," said Toad. "I'm going home now to bake a cake." And that is Frog and Toad. This is from Frog and Toad Together, which is from the I Can Read book series by Erica Labelle. And you know, if you're interested in the Frog and Toad stories, you don't have to buy the books on Amazon. What you can do is you can go on YouTube, and I believe it's Erica Lobel who actually reads the stories, and he does a brilliant job, much better than I could ever do, although I love reading about Frog and Toad, and so I am going to continue reading Frog and Toad. Now, we're going to sing a song. I am going to sing to you about sandwiches, which are another of my favorite foods, other than cookies and cake. This is a fun song. It goes like this. Sandwiches are beautiful, sandwiches are fine. I like sandwiches, I eat them all the time. I eat them for my breakfast and I eat them for my lunch. If I had 100 sandwiches, I'd eat them all at once. I'm a roaming and a rambling and wandering along, and if you care to listen, I will sing a happy song. I will not ask for favor and I will not ask for fee, but if you have a sandwich, would you give a bite to me? Sandwiches are beautiful, sandwiches are fine. I like sandwiches, I eat them all the time. I eat them for my supper and I eat them for my lunch. If I had 100 sandwiches, I'd eat them all at once. Once I went to England and visited the Queen. I swear she was the finest lady that I've ever seen. I told her she was beautiful and could not ask for more. She handed me a sandwich and she kicked me out the door. Sandwiches are beautiful, sandwiches are fine. I like sandwiches, I eat them all the time. I eat them for my breakfast and I eat them for my lunch. If I had 100 sandwiches, I'd eat them all at once. A sandwich may be egg or cheese or even peanut butter, but they all taste so good to me, it doesn't really matter. Jam or ham or cucumber, anyone will do. I like sandwiches, how about you? Sandwiches are beautiful, sandwiches are fine. I like sandwiches, I eat them all the time. I eat them for my breakfast and I eat them for my lunch. If I had 100 sandwiches, I'd eat them all at once. If I had 100 sandwiches, I'd eat them all at once. I don't know if I could eat 100 sandwiches all at once, unless they were very, very tiny little sandwiches. Then I could maybe eat 100 of them. Now, I know it is not Halloween, but this is a great story about treats, and it is called The Big Pumpkin. And this is by Erica Silverman with illustrations by S.D. Schindler. And I think this is a great story, even though it's not Halloween, and I know that when we see witches and stuff like that, we think of Halloween. But you know what? I think that these books should be read anytime because they're great stories. This is called The Big Pumpkin. And this is to Nicholas, Alexa, Jess, Sarah, Rafi, Samantha, and Benjamin with love. Once there was a witch who wanted to make a pumpkin pie. So she planted a pumpkin seed, and she weeded and watered, and after a while a sprout poked through. And then a pumpkin grew, and it grew, and it grew, and then it grew some more. Soon Halloween was just hours away, and the witch thought about that pumpkin pie and bent down to take her pumpkin off the vine. Well, she pulled and she tugged, and she pulled. And first she pulled hard, and then she pulled harder, but that pumpkin just sat. Drat, said the witch. Just then along came a ghost. Big pumpkin, said the ghost. It's big and it's mine and it's stuck on the vine, and Halloween's just hours away, said the witch, and she kicked that pumpkin. Well, I'm bigger and stronger too, boasted the ghost. Let me try. Said the witch, but she thought about that pumpkin pie, and she stepped aside. The ghost bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine. Well, he pulled, and he tugged, and he pulled. First he pulled hard, and then he pulled harder. Dah! That pumpkin just sat. "Drat," said the ghost. Just then along came a vampire. "Big pumpkin," said the vampire. "It's big and it's mine and it's stuck on the vine and Halloween's just hours away," said the witch, and she gave that pumpkin a kick. "I'm bigger than both of you and stronger too," boasted the vampire. "Let me try." Said the witch. Said the ghost. But they thought about that pumpkin pie and stepped aside. The vampire bent down to take that pumpkin off the vine. Well, he pulled and he tugged and he pulled. First he pulled hard, and then he pulled harder. Dah! That pumpkin just sat. "Drat," said the vampire. Just then along came a mummy. "Big pumpkin," said the mummy. "It's big and it's mine and it's stuck on the vine and Halloween's just hours away," said the witch, and she gave that pumpkin a kick. "I'm bigger and stronger than all of you," boasted the mummy. "Let me try." Said the witch. Said the ghost. "Ho," said the vampire. But they all thought about that pumpkin pie and stepped aside. That mummy bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine. Well, she pulled, and she tugged, and she pulled, and first she pulled hard, and then she pulled harder. Dah! The pumpkin just sat. "Drat," said the mummy. Just then, along came a bat. "Big pumpkin," said the bat. The witch didn't say a word. She just looked at the ghost and rolled her eyes. And the ghost looked at the vampire, and the vampire looked at the mummy, and they all looked at that little bat, and they started to laugh. "I may not be big, and I may not be strong," said the bat, "but I have an idea." The bat told them what to do. Said the witch. "Who?" said the ghost. "Oh," said the vampire. Said the mummy. But they all thought about that pumpkin pie and bent down to take that pumpkin off the vine. "Ready, set, pull," called the bat. And the bat pulled the mummy, and the mummy pulled the vampire, and the vampire pulled the ghost, and the ghost pulled the witch, and the witch pulled the pumpkin. Well, they pulled, and they tugged, and they pulled, and first they pulled hard, and then they pulled harder, and snap! Off came that pumpkin. "Drat," said the witch. Whoosh! It flew, and it flew, and it landed on top of the hill. And it bounced all the way down to the witch's house. And when it got to her door, that pumpkin just sat. "Hooray for the bat!" shouted the witch, and she hurried inside to make that pumpkin pie. Said the ghost. "Have some more," said the witch. "Couldn't beat another bite," said the vampire. "Fun party," said the mummy. "Time to go," said the bat. "Drat," said the witch. And as she watched them all leave, then she went right out and planted another pumpkin seed. And there she is. I just think it's a great story. I know, it's a Halloween story, but isn't it fun? And it's about treats. It's about pumpkin pie. I have a song about pumpkin pie, too, and you can help me. Put your hands up like this. We're going to make 5 little pumpkins. It goes like this. There were 5 little pumpkins sitting on a fence, a witch came flying by. Ha, 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 I got you now, so make me a pumpkin pie. Yum, yum. There's 4 little pumpkins sitting on a fence, a witch came flying by. Ha, 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 I got you now, so make me a pumpkin pie. Yum, yum. 3 little pumpkins sitting on a fence, a witch came flying by. Yeah, ha, ha, I got you now, so make me a pumpkin pie. Yum, yum. 2 little pumpkins sitting on a fence, a witch came flying by. Ha, 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 I got you now, so make me a pumpkin pie. Yum, yum. 1 little pumpkin sitting on a fence, a witch came flying by. Ha, 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 I got you now, so make me a pumpkin pie. Yum, yum. I like pumpkin pie. Do you like pumpkin pie? It's not my favorite, but I do like pumpkin pie. I actually like cherry pie better. And that leads me to this last story from A.A. Milnes' Now We Are 6, with decorations by Ernest H. Shepard. And it is called Cherry Stones. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but inside each little cherry there is what they call a stone, which is the little pit. Some people call them pits, some people call them stones. They used to call them stones a long, long time ago. I want to show you the pictures because, you know, they're very tiny. I do want to show you all these little pictures. There's lots of little pictures here. I don't know if you can see them all. They're very fun. This is called cherry stones. Tinker, tailor, soldier, sailor, rich man, poor man, plowboy, thief. Let's see if I can show you all little pictures. There's the tinker and the tailor on the top, right there. And then there is the soldier and the sailor. And there is the plowboy and the thief. And what about a cowboy, policeman, jailer, engine driver, or pirate chief? What about a postman or a keeper at the zoo? What about the circus man who lets the people through? And a man who takes the pennies for the roundabouts and swings? Or the man who plays the organ and the other man who sings? What about a conjurer with rabbits in his pockets? What about a rocket man who's always making rockets? Oh, there's such a lot of things to do and such a lot to be. And that's that there's always lots of cherries on my little cherry tree. I think the idea was that you would eat a cherry and then you would spit out the seed, and when you spit out the seed, you would come up with another person that you could be when you grew up, or job that you could be when you grew up. And I think that's why he says that there's always lots of cherries on my little cherry tree, is because there were always lots and lots of different jobs that one could be. But just remember, a job doesn't make you who you are. You make you who you are. Well, everybody, can you believe it? It's already the end of story time, but I will be back on Wednesday, and I'll have more stories for you, and I'm going to read more stories from Toad and Frog, because I just think Frog and Toad together are some of the best stories by Erica Labelle. I will be sharing more of those with you, so if you like Frog and Toad, make sure you come back on Wednesday, because I will definitely have at least one more Frog and Toad story for you, and probably one on Friday, too. But right now, it's time to say goodbye. I can't believe it's already the end. Well, goodbye, Michael. Goodbye, Maya. Goodbye, Moana. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Ollie. Goodbye, Allie. Goodbye, Eli. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Delilah. Goodbye. Goodbye, Gabriella. Goodbye, Lillian. Goodbye, Isabella. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Helen. Goodbye, Danny. Goodbye, Lily. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Brett. Goodbye, Charlotte. Goodbye, Maya. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Frangelica. Goodbye, Francine. Goodbye, Shelby. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you on Wednesday. Until then, let's have a big high five. And one to you. And you know what? I think we need a lot of love in our world right now. So if you're up for it, let's give ourselves a big hug, okay? So let's take one hand, put it on the opposite shoulder. Take your other hand, put it on the other shoulder. Make the letter V in front of you. And close your eyes and let's squeeze really, 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 really tight. Let's give a big hug today, you guys. We all need it. Thank you so much. I will see you on Wednesday.